Would you like to learn how, in less than 10 short minutes, how I managed to help my clients, all of my clients, to grow their lists of prospects, guaranteed, and opened the door to potentially 65% more prospects, guaranteed, using 10 simple ideas? Plus, if you hang around for a few mercifully short minutes, I'm going to show you an incredible offer, only available for the next 72 hours, where I'm going to help you together with my team to get started or to get better at building your lead lists for free by leveraging the unique power of video in a dramatically different way. My name is Paul PG McKeown, and this is my message. I help executive business coaches to build your first 2 magic funnels, sales funnel, a sales pipeline, to convert high-ticket clients by leveraging the unique power of video in a dramatically different way through my iCanDOur 8-step digital marketing roadmap, so that you can get to 6 online clients per month from 90 days from the launch date, guaranteed, or I'll buy them back from you. This is a simple funnel on the left-hand side of this picture. And on the right-hand side, there's a slightly more complicated diagram, but it's still in essence the same thing. It's taking these videos, which we put up to YouTube, which we put up to Facebook. And if you haven't heard of YouTube or Facebook or a sales pipeline or something that we call email marketing, believe you me that this course is not right for you, okay? So if you have heard of these things, please stay tuned for this important information, because what we do is we simply convert these people via a landing page, which contains an opt-in form. The opt-in form simply has an email and a first name, email address, first name. And then from there, we take them through a process which we call a VSL, a video sales letter, where each day in their email inboxes, we send them 1 trust video, really short email with a lovely little short video, just like the one that I'm showing you now on your screen. After that, perhaps 30 days, perhaps 60 days, perhaps 90 days from now, those people will, if they are constantly receiving value from you, valuable based information, you're not trying to sell them, you're just genuinely trying to help them by actually helping them, they will eventually turn around and book a call with you, as long as you name your call. I call it a business upgrade call. So they book a business upgrade call with you, they receive the call instructions, and then perhaps, just perhaps, they will become a client. They will become a client. So this is the 8-step process that I call, yes, iCanDOur, digital marketing practice. So please stay tuned to the end of this mercifully short video. And without further ado, let's get started. So welcome back. Today is day number 28 in our 60-day digital marketing iCanDOur training, or iCanDOur 8-step roadmap for digital marketing success. Now, remember, what we're always talking about is we're always talking about video and the video messages, the video marketing messages. And remember, as I've said to you a few times, there are only 3 rules in this. It must always be about your customer. It must always be about what they want. And it must always be about how they're going to get it. And what we do is we take you through this rather complicated looking diagram, step by step, virtual, hand in hand, then taking you, guiding you through this process, whether you're on our DIY course or done with you or are done for you, or you are one of our IC partners or iCanDOur partners. Okay. And then what we can do is we can show you, we can demonstrate for you, just like what we've done for all of these other lovely people, the results that we can get for you on the first page of Google. So in other words, the first step in your digital marketing journey, remember, using YouTube, Facebook, and one other type of social media, for example, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, to generate you, to nurture these people, and then to take them through this awareness phase where they get to know you and Google gets to know you, where they get to like you and Google gets to like you and show you some of what we call Google love, and where Google and they get to trust you. They get to see that you're showing up. You're making them aware that you exist. You are showing them authority and compassion and empathy. You're showing up like nobody else on this planet. Now then, what we're doing now is as we've been teaching you this week, is we've been teaching you to ask and ask and ask and ask again, okay? And we're going to go through, as is the customary on this day, the seventh day, we go through the exercises, the workshops on the sixth day, and then on the seventh day, we go through the results. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets improved upon, as the author Daniel Priestley said in his Key Person of Influence book. Now, you have to assess your results. Why do you have to assess your results? Because if people don't know about you, if they don't know about you, they're not even going to begin to start liking you, because they're not aware that you exist. And then they can't start to trust you. And without this know, like, trust, like the three little knuckles, let's say, on your hand, if you don't have those things, you're not going to get any return. You're not going to make a single penny, a single cent, dependent on where you are in the world. Now, this is a flowchart. And you see, what we're trying to do is we're trying to show you what we do, like for our Done For You and our partners and our Done For You premium customers. We show them, we write the email copy for them, we write the LinkedIn copy, the Facebook Messenger automated copy, and we invite them to take part in a LinkedIn poll or a Facebook survey or one of these little questionnaires or scorecards or quizzes, or call them what you will. And this is what happens. Then we invite them to take part in this assessment, if you want. And if the respondent opens it, then there are two choices. Yes, if the response is positive, then what we do is a member of my team or a member of their sales team, for example, a business development manager or a sales development representative, or a member of your sales team, will call them up and engage with them in a friendly conversation by phone. Invite them then for a further meeting there if that is deemed necessary. In other words, if they match up to your avatar, okay? But if the respondent doesn't open, now here is where the magic is. So listen carefully to this. We send another follow-up message, okay? And then we keep going through this process until the respondent opens it. Now, then again, we're taken off to the next stage, which is the response positive? So if the response was negative, for example, this is what I call that they raised an objection. They said, oh no, Paul, oh no, Ola, this won't work because da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. And there are usually a few of these. And we go over these in the objection handling exercise in week 7. In week 7. So that's coming up very soon. But what you have to do is you have to learn how to handle those objections, because that's very important. Now, let me show you why this is important in terms of numbers. So we use a product called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is part of the LinkedIn Premium. This is what you get when you pay your, what is it, €76 or $87 or something like that a month for LinkedIn Premium. And LinkedIn is fantastic at this, and this is why we love it so much. What we do is we send them out an initial tested. We've tried and tested, we've split tested these, and Ola has come back to me with the metrics for ourselves and for our customers. And Ola has told me the message that is working better, much better than the others. So we've tried and tested quite a number of them. We've stuck with this one, and we've sent it out to 87 people, because that's the maximum of number of in-mails that LinkedIn will allow you to use. Sometimes it's a bit more. For example, if the person has got an open profile, you, Peggy, and you, Rebecca, and some of you other people, you're very nice and you've had open profiles, but some people have got them closed, which is fair enough. And then we sent out 87 messages, basically. I think we actually sent out a bit more. Maybe it's probably like 100. But of those, only 7 got accepted. So think about that for a second. That's not very impressive, is it? 8%, only 8% response. But then this is where the magic starts to happen. The magic starts to happen because then on the Tuesday, we sent out these messages on a Sunday night, Monday morning, so that they were scheduled to go out in the scheduler. We use a scheduling tool called Later and later.com. And sometimes it's problematic, but if it works really well. And we send these out on a Sunday night, Monday morning. So there were 87 sent out and there were only 7 messages accepted. But then this is where the magic happens. So there is a follow-up message on the Tuesday. And that got 6 messages accepted. So that's another 7.5%. Then another one on Wednesday, then another one on Thursday, and then another one on Friday. And we don't know what it is because the messages are worded almost the same. There's a little bit more urgency, you know, as we're trying to tell them, we're trying to persuade them. We're trying to persuade all of you to take action and to move forward in there to seeing there, for example, if there might be some potential in us potentially working together, partnering up, whatever, in the future. And if you look at the statistics over that, that's 37.9%. 37.9% from 4 follow-up messages. Now, and from the initial message itself. But now think about that for a second. That's still, 37.9. Okay, that's getting into the realms of acceptability. But now let's take this another step further. And you remember what I said to you 2 slides ago in this one, the objection down here in the bottom right-hand corner. We've got send an objection handling message. And this is something there. I worked with these people from Germany, and their names were Luke Honecker, Dennis, and Jeffrey. And I worked with them. What they did was they were extremely persistent. And I liked the way that they handled the objections so well, because I was not going to be an easy customer of theirs. And they asked, and every single time I said no, they asked why. And whenever I told them why, I said it was a matter of they're not having enough resources. Well, if that's a problem, da 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 da. And I told them then it was a problem of time. It was da 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 da. And every single thing I said, they deflected and they deflected and they deflected, and they handled the objections really, really well. So then I decided, okay, after about 4, I think maybe 5 even, I've still got them in my history. 5 objections, I eventually agreed to talk to them. And they were very persuasive. They were very good salespeople. They were SDR, sales development representatives, but they were very young. They were 19, that was last year, so they'd be 20 now. But the problem was that they didn't have the marketing experience that was needed. They made a number of, let's call them very, very, very big, and some of them very serious mistakes. And we almost lost quite a few customers. We almost lost people like you, Nancy, and you, Rebecca, and you, Rachel, and their Raquel, and also their Kasha, and there were a few other people, because they believed in doing things their way. And I tried to reason with them and to negotiate with them. And they were quite adamant that they knew, because they had so many years of experience. They were 19, remember, 19, and no disrespect to the 19-year-olds. They were incredibly ambitious, but the problem was that this was just going to get worse. Yeah. And they were writing to some of my customers, and they were saying, dear, what did they say to you, Nancy? Dear sir. And then you, Nancy, you wrote back and you said, I am not sir. My name is Nancy. I'm Ms. And they wrote back, we apologize, dear Sir Nancy, dear Mr. Nancy. And it was just getting worse and worse. And
don't listen to him. He's up. He's a dummy. He's a dummy.
I'm a dummy. And that's what happens, isn't it? Yes. This is when your lesson gets interrupted by a 6.5-year-old assistant. Okay. So that was my beloved little daughter. And you see, this is the problem. These people, they learn to handle objections very well, but they could not get across the barrier of the first message. So after some time, unfortunately, I had to terminate the relationship, because these people were salespeople. They were great people at persuading the people to take action, but they could not actually take the action for other people, if that makes sense. But look at this. Look what happened whenever we took their objection handling methods, which you know I really did like, by the way. So I do give credit when it's due. And if we look at those figures, then you see this is where the magic really starts to happen. Look at these results. So the results from the audience avatar assessment analysis. Remember, we tried to do what Daniel said to us, Daniel Priestley, and we use the principles of alliteration in our polls or quizzes or assessments or analysis, whatever we're doing. And if we look at that, we managed from the 43 remaining people. Now, 4 of them unsubscribed, 2 of them didn't respond to us at all. This was over a 2-week period, from we sent them out on the first Monday until the end of the second week. And look at this then. You know, you're talking about 53.48%, 53.5%. And that's quite amazing. That's quite amazing. So think about this now for a second. You know, you remember, as I said in the awareness lesson, you have to show up head and shoulders above your competition. You've got to show up dramatically different, like nobody else on this planet. So if we had stopped after the first message, you know, we sent out the message and we got 8% response. So we get 7 leads out of 87 messages. And, you know, a lot of people do give up at that point. But by going through with the follow-up, with 4 follow-ups, remember, and there was the third one, the one that we always send out on the Thursday, on the Wednesday to the Thursday, the Wednesday evening to the Thursday morning, so that the people get it on the Thursday. And that, for some reason, has had the biggest response by far, but 32.5% response. So then that's 26 more leads out of the remaining 80 follow-up messages. And then something really, really, really special starts to happen. And this then turns into 53.8. Another 23 leads out of the 43 remaining. And that is not bad. That is not bad at all. Because in total then, that means that inside your database, you've now got, what is it? Math is not an exact science in this house. 56, that's 56 out of 87 people. 56 out of 87 people. And that is not bad at all. I will take that any day of the week with 2 hands, with 2 wide open hands, like we do in the nurturing lesson. But that is absolutely amazing. And that is, you know, a true testament there that this actually works. You know, you've got to make people aware that you exist and that your message matters, that your message and your story matter more than anything else. So you've got to form this into a perfect pitch. You've got to publish it. You've got to present it. But then, you know, as Brian Tracy, I love Brian Tracy. I still listen to his books on Audible, and they're still so funny because this is a man that was producing these courses in the 1960s and the 1970s for people like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and all of these other people to grow up and listen to, like Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, all of those people. And Brian Tracy was a person who put out all of his sales material on cassette tape. And I'm sure many of you listening to this won't remember what a cassette tape is. But in those days, whenever we were listening to those cassette tapes, I remember my uncle would get like a box of these tapes, and, you know, he would pay Reader's Digest. This was a company at the time that would send you out these cassette tapes. And he had a cassette recorder, a cassette player, and you would sit there making these noises. Bzz, bzz. That was the rewind button and the fast forward button, trying to get to the particular part. Because Brian, even now today, in the year 2022, on his on Amazon Audible, it's still saying, you know, okay, can you folks please go to cassette number 5, track number 2. And you're sort of, okay, well, we need a little bit more direction than this now, Brian, because it's now 2022 and we're using this on something that Steve Jobs called the iPhone. And so, you know, Brian here is saying to us in the quote, follow up and follow through. Now we're going to go through the follow through in the Become Unstoppable lesson. That's in week number 8. Okay, so Become Unstoppable lesson, we're going to go through the follow through. But today what we've gone through is the metrics, the assessment. We've been analyzing the assessment results, the assessment quiz, and we've been going through the follow-up, and we've been going through the objection handling. And, you know, never ever stop until the task is complete and the prize is won. And I think that amount of leads in your database, popping into your database. Remember, these are warmed up prospects, because these are people that have gained some valuable insights about you through the quiz, and you have gained some very valuable insights to them. So it has been a win-win for both sides, and that is very valuable data. And you see, as he says, this is John C. Maxwell. I don't know who John C. Maxwell is. Maybe he's another one of these marketing people, but I've never heard of him before. But I did like his quote: diligent follow-up and follow through will set you apart from the crowd and communicate excellence. It really is true. So there's a lot of food for thought there in that lesson, but remember the metrics. Remember the metrics. Always sit down and always measure everything. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets improved upon. It was Daniel Priestley who said that. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a very good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow in tomorrow's lesson. We're now on to the lesson N in the iCanDOur 8-step digital marketing practice roadmap for success. Okay, that's it for now from me. This is me, PG Mac, saying peace out. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Hello, everybody, and thank you once again for watching today's video. We hope you got a lot of value from it. Now, remember, we are social, and here are our contact details at the moment appearing on your screen. Now, remember, these are the 3 types of things that we do dramatically different in this wonderful world of digital marketing. We focus on 3 things: the power of video by leveraging the unique power of video in a dramatically different way. Number 2, we help you to build your list, even if you've got a very small list. And we also help you to retarget the people that are already on your list. Now, the 3rd thing that we help people to do is we help them to build a sales pipeline, something that we call a magic sales 11x funnel. And remember, everything is fully guaranteed by our 60-day super duper titanium plated money back, one conditional guarantee. Don't forget about the one condition. You have to do the work. And also, here's the link for, as we promised at the beginning of the video, for our free 60-day video training series challenge. This is vts.icandour.net. And if you would like to book a free one-on-one strategy call, a business upgrade call with myself, PG Mac, here are the details. It's calendar.icandour.net. If you click on that link, then it will take you straight over to my calendar. And if you're lucky enough, there may be 1 or 2 slots still available to talk with me. Okay, those are the contact details once again. So we look forward to hearing from you. And please remember, reach out with any questions or comments that you may have. And remember to like us and subscribe, hit the little bell notification icon below. And we look forward to seeing you very much in tomorrow's video. Thank you once again. And this is me, PG Mac, saying peace out. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.